The lab results came back the next morning. The blood on the knife was Megan Collins's. The blade matched the wound pattern exactly, and there was a partial fingerprint on the handle, smudged, but enough points for a possible match. "Run it against Danny Vance," the chief said. We did. It matched. Danny Vance sat in interview room 2, looking smaller than he had the day before. The defiance had drained out of him, replaced by something that looked like resignation, or maybe fear. I sat across from him while Burke watched from behind the glass. We decided I would take lead. Sometimes a female detective got different responses than a male one, and Danny was the kind of guy who might let his guard down around a woman. "Danny, we have your fingerprint on the murder weapon." He stared at me. His mouth opened, closed, opened again. "That's not possible." "It is possible. It happened." I spread the lab report on the table between us. "Your print. Megan's blood, the knife that killed her." "I didn't," his voice broke. "I sold her stuff, that's all. I never touched her. I never touched any knife." "Then how did your fingerprint get on it?" "I don't know." The words came out ragged, desperate. "I don't know how, someone must have." He stopped, took a breath. "Someone's setting me up." It was what everyone said. Every guilty person, every innocent person, everyone who found themselves on the wrong side of evidence. "Someone's setting me up." The words were meaningless, but something in his voice made me pause. "Who would set you up, Danny?" "I don't know, I don't." He ran his hands through his hair, leaving it standing in wild spikes. "I'm not smart enough for this. You can see that, right? I can barely read. I work odd jobs, I drink too much, I sell shit I probably shouldn't sell. But I'm not a killer. I've never killed anyone." I watched his face. The fear was real, too raw to be performed, and the confusion, that was real too. He genuinely didn't understand how this was happening. "Tell me about your relationship with Megan Collins." There was no relationship. She came to me maybe 3-4 times over the past year, wanted to buy old computers, hard drives, tech stuff. I get that kind of thing sometimes. People throw away all sorts of shit when they upgrade. She paid cash, didn't ask questions. He shrugged weakly. It was easy money. And the argument the witness saw? She owed me $50, said she'd pay me the next time, but there was never a next time. Danny's voice went flat. "I'm not proud of it. I got in her face, but that's all I did. I didn't hurt her." "The witness says you looked angry." I was angry. Being angry isn't the same as killing someone. "Where did you get the things you sold her?" "The computers, the hard drives." Danny hesitated. "Around. Dumpsters, estate sales, people who want to get rid of stuff without the hassle." "Any particular sources?" "A few guys, I don't." He stopped, his face changed. "Wait, there's this one guy. He started coming around about 6 months ago, gives me stuff to sell, takes a cut of the profits. Good quality stuff too, better than the usual garbage." "Who?" "I don't know his real name. He just calls himself Pete." Danny's brow furrowed. "Middle-aged, glasses, kind of nerdy looking. Said he worked at one of the tech companies." Something cold moved through my chest. "Can you describe him more specifically?" "I don't know. Average height, graying hair, forgettable face." Danny shrugged. "The kind of guy you pass on the street and don't notice." Forgettable. I thought of the man I'd met at Algo Tech, the one who'd interrupted our conversation with Marcus Webb. Helpful, polite, forgettable. "Pierre Aberdeen." "This Pete," I said carefully. "Did he know you sold stuff to Megan?" "Yeah, he's the one who introduced us." Danny's eyes widened. "He said she was looking for old tech, that she was good for the money. He set the whole thing up." The room felt smaller suddenly, the walls pressing in. "When's the last time you saw Pete?" Danny thought about it. "Maybe a week before the murder. He came by, gave me some stuff to sell, asked how things were going with Megan." His face went pale. "Oh God, you don't think he?" "I don't think anything yet, but I was thinking plenty. Burke met me in the hallway after I left the interview room." "You heard?" "Every word." His face was troubled. "Pierre Aberdeen?" Danny's description fits. And Aberdeen worked with Megan at Algo Tech. He knew her interests, could have set up the introduction. That's circumstantial at best. It's a thread. I started walking toward the conference room. Danny said this Pete introduced him to Megan. If we can confirm that Aberdeen was Pete, if we can prove he orchestrated that relationship, then we have motive to look at him more closely. Burke fell into step beside me. "But it doesn't explain the fingerprint on the knife. Danny's print, not Aberdeen's. What if Aberdeen planted it, gave Danny something to hold that he later attached to the knife? Fingerprints can be transferred." Burke stopped walking. "That's a lot of work, a lot of planning. This whole thing has been planned. The knife shows up in a dumpster exactly when we need evidence. 2 witnesses come forward exactly when we need testimony. It's too clean, Burke, too convenient. The chief's going to want an arrest. Then give her one, give her Danny Vance. The words tasted bitter. But I want to keep digging. If someone framed him, I want to know who and why. Burke studied me for a long moment. You think Danny's innocent? I thought about the man in the interview room. The bloodshot eyes, the fear, the genuine confusion about how his life had fallen apart so completely. I think he's too stupid to have done this, I said. And I think whoever did do it is counting on us not looking past the obvious. Burke nodded slowly. All right, we build the case against Danny for the chief, but we keep our eyes open. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. He started walking again. If you're wrong, Danny Vance is a murderer walking free while we chase shadows. And if I'm right, then the real killer is still out there, watching. The thought settled into my bones like ice.